Wrapping things up for the night. Thank you guys for hanging with. It's been a busy day of videos. I wanted to drop this video. I think it's kind of important. I didn't want to, damper the mood, so to speak. But I looked into the Green Bay Packers playoff scenario, and I'm kind of here to inform you that the Green Bay Packers need the Atlanta Falcons. No, they need the Carolina Panthers, to lose a home game to the Tampa Bay Bucks in 2 weeks. And that's pretty much the only way they can make the playoffs. So even if they beat Carolina, even if Tampa somehow beats Atlanta, Atlanta has the head-to-head over the Green Bay Packers. The strength of schedule of the Rams and the Seahawks is better. I think the Seahawks and Rams also have, the Rams have 4 losses, so they aren't, I don't think the Rams are going to lose all their games coming home. And then even the Rams at 10-6, they have a greater strength of schedule. I think they win that tiebreaker. Seattle, the Packers did beat Seattle. So, but you just look at the you just look at the NFC South, and you're going to have Carolina only has 4 losses. So even if the Packers beat Carolina, Carolina's only going to have five losses, I believe. And then Carolina, I just don't think it's possible for the Green Bay Packers to get in. They somehow need the Carolina Panthers then to beat the Atlanta Falcons or something. The Seahawks and Rams are going to get in, I believe, over the Green Bay Packers. And then you have the Falcons. I don't think the Falcons are going to butcher this thing completely. So then the Falcons are going to get in with the Saints probably. You pretty much need Carolina to go 1-2. That's the only scenario I'm hearing. And you need Carolina to go 1-2 with beating Atlanta, but losing at home to Tampa Bay, which is not happening. So any way you run the scenario, trust me, I'd like to see Aaron Rodgers in the playoffs as much as the next guy. I think it would be an incredible story. Get him in the NFC playoff picture, get him in, will be really exciting. It's not going to happen. And Carolina, they could do themselves a favor and win tomorrow. But even if Green Bay gets to 10-6, magically beats Minnesota in Minnesota, or magically, they go to Lambeau, they can actually beat Minnesota at Lambeau Field. I don't think Case Keenum's going to ball out there, but just running the scenarios through, Atlanta's getting in over them no matter what. Seattle is not going to completely implode. Carolina's not losing to the Bucks at home. So it's really mathematically impossible, unfortunately, guys, because Tampa Bay is not beating Carolina, and that's what needs to happen in 2 weeks. Tampa Bay needs to go to Carolina and win, and on no planet can I see that happening. Crazy things happen in the NFL, but that is just kind of unrealistic. I don't think Dallas really has a chance either. Green Bay even beat Dallas. Dallas is going to get Seattle, which will help if the Rams beat Seattle. But Seattle also lost to Atlanta, so Atlanta's throwing a wrench into everything right now. Atlanta has tiebreakers all over the map, so the Falcons are sitting really pretty. And then I think that the Seahawks and the Rams are going to get one in as well. It's going to be crazy. Thinking about this, I believe that it's either Seattle, LA, or Carolina, and then the Falcons are getting in and the Saints are getting in. So, Dallas and Green Bay, it's just such a competitive year. I don't think that any of them are going to get in. Really disappointing day today for Mitchell Trubisky. I am going to still do a film review. I know you guys said, it's only 7 minutes long last week. Ironically, last week should have been longer than this week. I was afraid that Detroit would manhandle them and that the game would be unwatchable in the Ford Field. It was terrible. One of the most depressing games ever. I might just spend the whole video ripping Dow Loggins and John Fox, because all they do is every time they're brain dead, they just run the ball into the line. They play like complete bitches. They play really weak like wussies. That's all they do, and I'm keeping it G-rated. I've made other videos that are more R-rated than those words. Play like wussies. They run the football twice, and then you know what they do on third down? It's 3rd and 8, and Mitchell just dumps it off, and then they send out O'Connell, every single fucking time. So it's the worst. Play like complete pussies is Dow Loggins and John Fox. Those guys are both gone. Terrell Austin or Matt LaFleur will probably be coming in to take over the Chicago Bears. I don't know about Harbaugh coming back or all these other guys that people want to throw out there. But anyway, anything could be better than a guy in John Fox who looks like he doesn't want to coach anymore, looks like he's old, and also had no communication with Ryan Pace whatsoever. So the Bears continue to be just one of the most dysfunctional franchises really in a long time. Never had a quarterback. When they had Urlacher and Briggs and Lovey had a defense with Matt Forte, they were a pretty solid team with Devin Hester, whatnot. They were okay, would make the playoffs and do okay, but they're so dysfunctional. And John Fox, Mark Trestman, Chicago. I can't believe John Fox had literally no idea that his team was drafting a franchise quarterback. That just shows you he had an expiration date, and his time is up. His time is up, not a doubt. They're going to fire him at the end of the season, whatever and whatever. Mitchell Trubisky will start at square one next year with everything new. The whole team, they need receivers and weapons and so on and so forth. At least Ryan Pace brought in Shaheen, Eddie Jackson, guys like Leonard Floyd and Freeman who look pretty good, and Tariq Cohen. So it was a decent draft, honestly. That's the only silver lining for the Chicago Bears. So NFC North, guys, I wish Green Bay had a chance to. It'd be a lot more fun. Unfortunately, even if they run the table, which they could do, it's not looking so good for the Green Bay Packers.